Hello, and welcome to the Sly Anime YouTube channel. We got a very special video for you today. Before I explain what you are in for, just wanted to do some housekeeping because this is a new channel. If you are a basketball fan, my main channel is the Sly Hooper YouTube channel. I will put a link to the channel below. So if you are a basketball fan and want to hear basketball takes, subscribe to the channel if you want to. And then if you are a Sixer fan, a Philadelphia 76er fan, I started another new channel along with Sly Anime, of course, called Sly Sixers. And I will put the link to that channel in the description below as well. But welcome to Sly Anime. This is a video I have been wanting to do for a minute now. And I, as you can see up on the screen, am going to tier list all of the intros for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, before I start, I wanted to give a little background on me and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and the adventure we have been on, pun intended, for damn near a decade now. We're in 2026. I started watching this show right around, I would probably want to say, mid or late 2016. My little brother was trying to get me to watch this show, and I remember he had been watching it on Toonami sometimes. And I remember seeing some scenes, especially the dubbed version on Toonami, and I was just like, yeah, this doesn't look like it might be my thing. But then I finally started watching it, and it has become flat out on the short list. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. Sometimes, some days, I might think it's number one because it's just so good. It's so creative. It's so clever. It's really unique, and there's an eccentricity to it that is basically only done and replicated by JoJo's. And it's very colorful. It's not even great animation per se. The artwork is just absolutely fabulous. I could go on and on about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but JoJo's is one of my favorites, and I think the music's great and the intros are great, and we are going to tier list all the intros today. Right around 2016, late 2016, I started watching it well before Golden Wind came out. So I had caught up by the time Golden Wind was in production or whatever, and I started watching it weekly. And then, obviously, through the first part, Phantom Blood, and then Battle Tendencies, then Stardust Crusaders, and then Diamond is Unbreakable. I binged all of that. If you want to know what my favorite part is, Diamond is Unbreakable is my favorite JoJo part. So I caught up and started watching weekly at Golden Wind, and here we are. Now, as you could see, the intro, or I don't even know if an intro's out yet for Steel Ball Run. I haven't watched the first episode of Steel Ball Run because I'm not putting up with Netflix's bullshit with this 1 hour episode drop and then doing a batched episode drop months and months later or whatever. I'm just going to wait for the first batch to come out in September. Late September, I think, is when it's going to come out, before I watch the first episode, so I could just watch it all at once and then wait for the second batch. I wish they had just stuck to weekly, but Netflix is just being stupid. But yeah, now we are here, and we are going to tier list the JoJo's intros. Obviously, the song itself is going to play a big factor in it, but I didn't just want to include the song as the only judging quality. The intros are important because of the artwork, the animation in it, and what they show in the intros, what the characters do. If you're a JoJo's fan, you know that some intros have the same intro, but different versions at different points in the intro. So we're ranking all of it. And without any further ado, we're going to start. And this is by Tier Maker, and clearly this was destiny. I didn't arrange all these myself. This was what was presented to me when I searched up the tier list. And we have Bloody Stream first. And it is my favorite intro of the entire JoJo's Bizarre Adventure show. I love Bloody Stream. The song is groovy. The colors are groovy. The characters are awesome. The way it's animated, the way it transitions, the way they transition at different points in the intro with different points of the song is absolutely immaculate. It's just one of the best anime intros ever, in my opinion. It's one of those intros, too, that lets you know what type of show you're in for, because when I was first watching this, I wasn't ready for the concept that JoJo characters die. Spoiler alert, if you're watching this video, I have no clue why you are. If you are watching this video and haven't seen JoJo, I have no clue why, but get out. This intro was like, oh, we are getting a very cool and awesome show, right? And I just love it. It's also a really good song in full. It's just very groovy and just an earworm to listen to and an eyeworm to watch. So Bloody Stream is number 1. And I guess if you want to think of it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranking, you can do that too. I'll probably rank it in that order, but in different tiers, obviously, depending on what we come across. But Bloody Stream, my definite number 1. The OG intro, the iconic intro, the intro of the first part, where it all begins, where we get introduced to Jonathan Joestar and Dio Brando. And I know this is going to piss off some JoJo fans, but again, it's my tier list, not yours. My tier list is most likely going to piss off some people. But I have this A. I love the song. I used this song for one of my first basketball videos on the Sly Hooper YouTube channel, where I made a Joel Embiid highlight mixtape using this song because Joel Embiid's nickname is JoJo. It was like way back when it was like 2017 or 2018 or something like that. And the intro, it obviously shows manga panels. It shows the OG characters and all that. But I just don't like it as much as the other intros you're going to see that I tier throughout this video. It is still very, very good. It definitely has an argument for S tier, but it's not in my S tier. End of the World. I'm putting this one in B tier. Definitely a solid song. Definitely, all of these intros are definitely, well, most of them, because there's one in particular that I don't like animation-wise. But End of the World is definitely animated nicely. We get all the stand users' abilities out there, them traveling through Dio's lair and stuff like that. But this version, and notice how I said this version of End of the World is B tier for me. End of the World version 2 is an A tier for me. And Bloody Stream's intro did a little bit of this as we got towards the end of part 2 and the end of Battle Tendencies, where they introduce sound effects to the abilities they use in the intros. And we start getting real sound effects for the stand users, the clock sound effects as they are traveling through Dio's lair, but also at the beginning where the clock is used a little bit. And then Dio absolutely steals the show in this intro, where he is seen a little bit throughout the back end of the intro using his Stand the World, but then at the end, he stops time, breaks the wall, walks past Jotaro with a literal aura around him, not in the aura sense that Gen Z uses. And then he turns around and Jotaro turns around with his stand, Star Platinum, and they just start wailing fist at each other, and you just hear order, 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 muda, 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 and it's just fucking awesome. And it elevates the intro for me, and I have it in A tier. Now, we go to my second favorite JoJo's intro. Crazy, Noisy, Bizarre Town. Diamond is Unbreakable, like I mentioned, is my favorite JoJo's part. And there's a story that I have behind when I first heard this intro. So this was right around when I moved to Sacramento in like 2017. Finally had my stuff set up and was staying at my folks for a bit while I was finding an apartment. And I was watching Diamond is Unbreakable. I was baked out of my mind. I had finished Stardust Crusaders. And there's a funny separate video that I'm going to do in how I watched Stardust Crusaders and how I fucked up the order. So I started Diamond is Unbreakable, watched the first episode, decided to bake up. And so I was high as shit. And the second episode is when this intro plays. And if I remember correctly, Josuke's mom was washing something in the sink. She was listening to Mori Mori radio. And I remember this vividly because I was high as a kite. And the intro started playing, and it immediately caught my attention. And the way the colors were moving, the characters were moving across the screen, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And it was awesome. That intro is sick. It's so fucking good. And I love the subtle changes throughout it, like when Koichi finally gets his stand, and that's added to the intro. And it was just so fucking cool. The song is also just fucking awesome. But that is the most colorful JoJo's intro, probably more colorful than Bloody Stream, but Bloody Stream just has the perfect mix of all the qualities, the color, the song, the characters, and them doing stuff. But Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town was just so colorful, and it burned in my brain because I was high as shit and I did not expect that intro to be that fucking awesome and so fucking groovy, and it was based in the 1990s and shit. It was fucking incredible. So that intro is my second favorite. It is in S tier. Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town remix, I wasn't a big fan of, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm putting this in B tier. I don't know if that'll piss some people off, but it was cool. That's all really I have to say about it. Now, Chase. This is in the D tier. I just think it is really boring. I think the song's boring. I think the sequences and the panels they use and stuff is just not compelling. There's a little bit of cool stuff at the end, like when Josuke is chasing Kira towards the end, and obviously that's the basis of this song. They're trying to find Kira or whatever. But really, I just find the whole intro bleh and just really not compelling at all, and I just don't think the song is good. You can maybe argue that some of the visuals in the show are decent, but not in my opinion. I'm sorry. This is D tier. Just not interesting. Great Days. Now this is really good. I will probably put this in between Sono Chino Sadame and End of the World Volume 2. I love Great Days, actually, and the song is really good. I just love the breakdown, and the sequencing of, like, Kira holding up the bomb for his stand Killer Queen. And then Great Days Volume 2 would definitely put this on the back end. I like that he uses Bites the Dust to reverse time or eliminate the timeline of the first intro. And the song in reverse, or the different version of the song, is really, really good too. And the visuals are awesome. The hope, I guess, is how I would describe the song in both of these intros. There's like a hopefulness and a cheerfulness to it, and just everybody in the neighborhood collaborating together to stop Kira. It just makes you feel the fuzzies inside, and that's why I like Great Days. Both versions I think are A tier. I debated putting it in high B tier, but really it's really good. I really love Great Days Volume 2. And then in A tier again, I have Fighting Gold. There is just something really, I don't know what it is, but when I have introduced JoJo's to some of my friends, we just randomly say like Fighting Gold in our Discord voice chat. And it's just, it sticks in your head. And the visuals, the time, the sands of time, Abakio holding the sands, and the song itself, it's just like, it's really good. I would probably put it on the low end of A tier, but it was a really, really strong intro for Golden Wind. And maybe because by the time I caught up, I was at Golden Wind and they were dropping it weekly. So every week I was listening to the intro, just hyped to watch the new episode, and that definitely plays a part in it. But I just think the visuals, how they show the stands for every character, like Narancia, Bucciarati, Abacchio. Trish doesn't get her stand yet at this time, so she's in the intro still, but the way they show the characters, the song itself, how the song at different points matches some of the transitions in the intro, I just think it's really good and really cool. Definitely on the low end of the A tier, like I said, but A tier nonetheless. Trader's Requiem, I would definitely, I have struggled between putting it in C and B tier, but I would definitely, see, I like Trader's Requiem more than Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town Remix. So I guess I would put it here, but not ahead of End of the World, because I do like that song a little bit better than Trader's Requiem. Trader's Requiem version 2, I would definitely put, I'm not going to lie, I really wasn't that big of a fan of version 2, where I thought it was better than Trader's Requiem or the Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town Remix. Would probably put it in C tier. Now, I understand this is where Diavolo makes his first appearance with his stand and creates like the multiple fucking timelines with his stand, but I would definitely put it in C. I would definitely say Trader's Requiem version 2 was the weakest of the 3 versions of this intro, and I would put version 3 in B tier, the back end of B tier. I like in this version that Diavolo's powers get stopped and Giorno's stand, Golden Wind, gets the arrow and becomes Golden Wind Requiem, and there's like a different part of the song in it, and it makes the intro more dynamic for me. But if I'm being honest, I think Trader's Requiem, just in terms of the grouping of intros, might be the weakest on the whole, but definitely not putting it ahead of the Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town Remix. But I will put Trader's Requiem version 3. Man, I'm going to piss off a lot of JoJo fans, but I don't give a fuck. This is my tier list. This is the back end of tier B for me. Now we go to the Stone Ocean intro. And this, I don't know how popular it will be, but I actually like this intro quite a bit. And I would put it above all the other songs in here. And that includes Sono Chino Sadame. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is, but I really love the first Stone Ocean intro. I love that we get a whole new set of characters. I love that we go through the prison. I love the all-female cast, basically, except for Emporio. And I like that we got a new JoJo, but a lady JoJo leading the, part. And I think the song's sick. I think the animation's sick. I think the color's sick. Like, there's no way you could tell me this song isn't fire. And this song definitely plays in my head a lot. Also used this song in one of my other Joel Embiid videos that I did right when he was ascending to being an MVP candidate a few years later. And by the way, a side note on Stone Ocean, the ending of that particular part fried my brain the most out of all the JoJo parts. I still think about it to this day. Like, I'm just like, that shit really fucking happened, where everything just resets. It just blew my mind when I was watching it. And this is when Netflix started doing we're going to do batch drops and bullshit like that. But I love the Stone Ocean intro. And it makes up for what is a pretty underwhelming intro too. And here is where I put Heaven is Falling Down, probably in the C tier. It's definitely dramatic and sad, but I just don't know what it is. The song really didn't catch me. The visuals really didn't catch me as much. And I would probably put Heaven's Falling Down version 2 probably at the top of C tier. Just because it also includes, or kind of spoils, what happens at the end of Stone Ocean a little bit, as Jolene is fighting Poochie and shit is literally resetting around them, and shows all the manga panels and stuff like that. Makes it a little bit more cooler, so I'd probably give that intro like a C+, so high-end C tier. And then we have Stand Proud. All the JoJo fans know what this one sounds like. It's going right up to S tier. It's fucking badass. It's metal as shit, and I love metal. So, yeah, I'm going to be biased towards this one. But the intro is fucking cool. The way they show the group traveling from Jotaro's home all the way to overseas, all the way to Egypt, and how they transition that. And the way they stare into the night and pose and shit like that. You see Jotaro's mom and all the thorns that are surrounding her because Dio has her cursed, and it's just going all the way in Jotaro's back because he is carrying the burden of being a Joestar. It is all just fucking sick, and it is laid down by this metal ass fucking track. And then at some point during the intro, it shows the two previous generations JoJo's, and the song goes JoJo, 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 and it shows Jonathan, Joseph, and Jotaro. You just see Star Platinum at the end in slow motion wailing his fist at the fucking wall. It is just fucking sick. And it is definitely S tier for me. S tier, S tier, S tier, no doubt. It's not ahead of Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town for me or Bloody Stream, but I could make a case for it going number 2. But Bloody Stream's my stone cold number 1. Stand Proud is just so good. And I know I probably sound basic, but Jotaro's my favorite JoJo out of all of them. So to me, this is kind of like his theme song, and it's just, I don't know what else to say. It's fucking badass. Well, there you have it. That is my tier list. Leave comments below telling me why you hate it. Leave comments below telling me why you actually like it. Is it a basic ass tier list? I don't know. I haven't really seen other tier list of people's intro preferences, so I have no reference whatsoever. This is just my personal feeling, what I listen to in full song version, what I watch sometimes where I'm just like, damn, you know what, that intro was sick. I'm gonna go back and fucking watch it, because yes, I do that shit. This is just my personal ranking. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video.